Shut up and sit down.
Boom. There you go. For you. Made it. Hello, folks. Colin here, Festa 67's workshop. Welcome, along with me and the canoe to the Friday Frolic. It's your fun time, fabulous Friday shenanigans with us two pilchards. What possibly can go wrong?
All of the things.
First things first, if you want to help keep this going and keep it alive and pay for all of this streaming wonderment, you can help me by supporting this channel on patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button below, become a channel member. That gives you access to the Zoom 24/7 hangout, or you can do a super chat using the $sign in the chat there, round or in the middle with the $sign. That puts your information, your message and that in a big box of coloredness, and you get a bit of on-screen and it goes in a big pot and helps just keep this going. So big hugs for all of you that take that into consideration.
Big.
Talking of the groovy people, let's have a quick gander at the chat. And in first, we've got Crafty Budgie Mama, a.k.a. Natasha. Hi, Festa Foxx and everyone in chat, she says. I'm saying hello to Natasha. You Golden's in, says Moldinal. Hello, you. How you doing, geese? Evening Squiggly Thing, says the Gnu.
Hello.
You Golden, straight in with a belly bench and beverage and all of that lot. Don't forget, folks, belly bench, beverage, biscuit, baboon, all of that goodness. Whack it in the chat. We need to know all the things. And he says, belly, 12 cans of Tennants. Oh, my God. Yeah. 1 large portion of chicken chili curry, 4 packets of Quavers coffee, half a packet of chocolate digestives so far. There you go.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Andy says, hi, everyone. Hugh says, pardon my belching. Oh, my God, he's had a drink, Fox.
Oh, dear.
And, yeah, we can't hear you, mate. You're in the chat. Marcy's in, the lovely, delectable scale model muse, giving me a wave, and instantly I'm straight in there with my hugs, and so's Marcy.
Yes.
Because fear is a wonderful thing.
Yes.
She says, and Foxy gets the big hugs.
I get the hugs. Hugs to you, Marcy. Thank you.
Jeff Light is in, saying hi to Colin Fox and everyone in Chatland, and audio video is fine. Thank you, Jeff. Big hugs to you and Maggie, mate. I hope you're both doing all right. Lord PJ of the Lewis Manor is in, says, morning, you two. Friday Frolicking Frolickers and all the Friday Frolicking Frolickers on the Friday Frolicking chat. I'll get good at that.
You are. That could go horribly wrong at any moment, and you know
it's gonna, mate, don't you? It's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
You Golden, say hello to Jeff. Jeff saying hi to PJ and you. You says morning PJ. PJ says morning Maggie and Jeff, and to Hugh. AJ's in, says evening all. I hope everyone's all right and well. Yeah. Same for you, AJ. I hope you're keeping well, my old mate. Marcy's belly was big burrito. Big burrito.
Fart fuel.
Bench is stacks of project boxes and dust, and she's got a coffee. I'm so relieved she's got her coffee, mate, because
we're safe now.
Yeah,
that's
honestly,
the pressure valve, isn't it?
Yeah, Marcy without a coffee. Yeah,
that's a place you don't want to go.
God forbid that she puts a coffee on the table and someone knocks it off. Oh. Could you imagine the carnage?
You just have to get a passport and go, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. PJ saying hi to Marcy, and she's waving back. And the Jamesy boy is in. He says, hi, Festa and Fox, and all in chat.
Hey, Jamesy.
And Marcy's laughing out loud. Yeah, I could just imagine necks being broken.
Oh, yeah.
Our very own model community legend of space explorationness. I'm padding this out. Our very own Carl Sagan, Jeff, the Candygram from Mongo. Hello, Festa, Fox, and everyone in chat, he says, with a wave and a smiley face.
Natural selection has served as a kind of intellectual sieve, producing brains and intelligences increasingly competent to deal with the laws of nature.
There you go.
There you go. Our Carl Sagan quote for the day.
In my accent, my name is Carl Sagan and I do space.
really well.
Really well. Not a lot of people know that. Do I did.
What?
Don't throw them stars at me. Jamesy says hi to PJ, Jeff, Maggie, Muse, AJ, and Jeff. He's also saying hello to you, and Jeff and Hugh are saying hello to Jeff and Jamesy, and Hugh says, morning, quatter.
Everybody in chat's called Jeff. It's getting confusing.
I know. So, over to you, mate. How's you? How's my month? What have you been up to and all of that?
I am fine, thank you muchly. Mama Wolf is, as always, fast asleep on a Friday night because she knows stream night means early night for her, so she gets up as late as possible, eats her dinner, and goes back to bed. Cowback.
That sounds about right.
It's a bit of a life, isn't it, really?
Oh, yeah.
Tonight I will be continuing on with my orc battle wagon. No, my orc tiger. What is it?
Orc tiger wagon 2, you pillock.
That's it. I was looking at orc stuff earlier today on somewhere eBay.
Give me strength. We had one job.
I was looking at like battle wagons and other things. And I got confused. I'll be doing some of that anyway. More little detail painting tonight.
There you go.
How are you? And what are you up to tonight?
I'm all right, mate. I'm carrying on with my old pal here, Samuel Roy. Nice bloke. Don't say a lot. And when he does, I don't really understand what he's on about because he's talking their lingo, isn't he? So
I think he's saying get some snakes off a plane or something.
He's a man of very limited words, but he's happy. He's been flicking cobwebs with his big old spike of metalness there. So I'm going to be carrying on with him tonight, doing a few more of the uniform panels and things of that ilk. So that's what I'm up to, mate. Just touching him up and getting that sounds wrong.
Steady.
Finagling some of the finishes on there. I'm going to be playing with I'm going to be painting his helmet. It's going well, isn't it, folks?
It's just getting worse, isn't it? You just keep digging.
Yeah, and I'll just be going around adding a few little more detail-based colours and just faffing around, really, mate. So that's what I'm up to.
Good lad.
Yeah.
So it'll be a sticky-out tongue night for both of us then.
It's one of them, isn't it?
Talk amongst yourselves and chat. We're busy.
Yeah, I'm just don't stick yourself to the instructions here, Cole, because So that's what I'm up to, mate.
Good. Yeah.
It's just adjust me chair to stop me falling backwards because,
chair adjustments.
So, what are we going to do first? See, I noticed we was chatting before we came on air. The actual artwork for this is actually a completely different samurai's uniform, but
it's just not the same figure at all, is it?
No. So it's one of them. So I'm having to wing a lot of it because none of it corresponds to what the actual mold and stuff is. There's similarities even, but it's not the same. So
it's like it's bad enough when like Revell misnumber a piece or GW misnumber a piece, but having a completely different person on the artwork that's not related to what you're actually painting. That's not great.
So I am kind of winging it, but it makes it fun, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's like saying, "Hi, we see you're making a Messerschmitt. So here's a picture of a Ferrari with the paint guy." What?
Yeah.
Because you might want to do something different.
What are we going to use as a brush? Let's go for.
I'd use one of them if I were you.
Character brush, I reckon.
Ooh. Is that an army painter?
Yeah, it is, mate.
Nice.
Purely and simply, I find these nice and easy for me to grip because they're triangle, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I just find them a little, especially when I'm having twitchy days, they're perfect.
Is that like a triangle of mathematics?
Yeah, I used to have them all on my pens, the rubber triangles because,
Mm-hmm.
Can be a godsend, folks.
Oh, yeah. It also means it doesn't roll off your bench either.
Yeah, here's another prime example, right? His elbow pad, see it? Red with a white stripe, yeah?
Yeah.
But when you see it there...
Yeah, that's not the same.
So,
Weren't you talking about instructions?
Yeah. Right, now do we do the same with that one and have it that bit, or do we go for it a little bit?
Go for it.
No, I'm going to keep it in the middle.
Keep it in the middle, I would.
Go. Let's just send that up like so. Reasonably rough it in. I'm not worried whether it's dead centre because I don't really care.
Yeah, it's handmade armour. It's not going to be perfect, is it? It's, every suit of armour is different. That's the idea.
Yeah, go. And that'll let me see where my Gracie line is going to go. Harry Barwick's in, says evening Colin Fox and all in chat. Hello, Harry. How you doing? He says molded even. Yeah, 'cause it's early doors now, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone's saying hello to Harry. You's got all cockney there. It's like molded Harry with an A. Good man.
Morning, Harry. That sounds like Harry Potter. Come on, Harry.
Yeah. Harry and Hagrid were having a chat in Arrow. See what I did?
About handles.
Yeah. Handles for folks.
Handles. Right, handles and Haribo.
Let's put a little bit of liquid clearness in there. There you go.
I was telling Festa earlier that I've been doing some cleaning up and cleaning out today, and I turned on a PC for the first time in about 20 years, a Windows 95, and it started perfectly. Loaded up Windows 95, just as if it was used yesterday. And I looked at it and I thought, don't get that now with modern computers, do you?
Didn't get a nag screen telling you to upgrade to Windows 11, did you? That's what I did.
The worst it was, oh, your CMOS battery's out, but other than that, do you still want to carry on loading? Yeah, go, yeah. They were built like battleships in them days.
Oh, yeah. Back in the days of simplistic computing. Dominic is in. Dominic Cuckoo says, molding. Hello, Dom. How you doing? Harry says, you're not a wizard yet, Cole. Oh. Yeah, he's a wizard, Harry.
He's a wizard. Dee. Yes, I sat there and I turned it on and I very nearly clicked the button to play Putty Squad, but I thought, no, I've got to go and I've got stuff to do.
Jeff Caddygram Mongo has been a member for 52 months. Wow.
Just about ready to give birth now.
Yeah, 6 years, mate. Nearly, isn't it? It's like, yeah. Happy days.
Do people even live that long? That's amazing.
Yeah, and Jeff and Marcy have been round following us too since year dot, mate, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're the old guard.
Well, I wouldn't have called Marcy old there, Fox, but there you go. Dominic saying hi to Jeff and Jamesy. Bill is in. He says, hello, peeps. He says, I'm running late. That's all right, Bill. Thanks for popping in, mate. Nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well. Mm-hmm. You've been building benches again, haven't you?
Yep.
That's why
how we survive doing so much flat pack work, I don't know. All the time. I do one flat pack thing and I'm done for the year.
Yeah, it mongs you out, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah. Bill does a flat pack thing. He's already buying the next one.
Send that over there a minute.
I'm the kind of person that if I bought a piece of furniture for like £5 and it was a £5,000 we can build it for you at home, I'd be like, yeah, I'll pay that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Q said it wasn't that long ago that Windows for work groups was all the rage. People get old before their time, I find. Yeah. Do you remember the infamous My Briefcase and Clippy?
Clippy, yeah. Actually, Clippy is on that PC.
Yeah.
Although it didn't pop up. Wasn't on long enough. I didn't.
And when you used to copy files, the paper used to go up in an arc, flutter. I'd go down to the other side, and it used to take an age, didn't it?
Yep.
Marcy's put in a $10 super chat. Helps keeping the lights on. She says, thank you so much, Marcy. You
Thank you,
really
Marcy.
are helping out massively. So thank you very, very much.
Yep.
It really does mean a lot.
Yep, much as grassy arse, as they say.
Happy days.
Countries that aren't.
You says clip me. Yeah, do you remember that annoying paper clip that was in Microsoft Office?
Yep.
Used to pop up every time you wanted to do something. It's like, oh, can I help you? Yeah, you can help me a massive amount. Why is that? Yeah, clock off and F off. Yeah.
I vaguely remember that I hated clipping, but I used the Einstein one instead when I was in Word, because you had to have something there.
Oh, yeah. You could just chop and change it, but yeah, it wouldn't.
But then
wouldn't let you disable it fully, would it?
No. In the end, I think I went for the dog.
Yeah, they got so many complaints about that, but it was a good while before they took it off.
Yeah, I actually read an interview with the guy that invented Clippy.
Yeah.
And he was just a contractor. He was just contracted in for a few weeks. Saying, yeah, we're just doing this kind of assistant thing. You come up with some ideas. Yeah, there you go, bang. He just drafted some ideas.
Yeah.
And the interviewer was saying, how do you feel knowing that like everybody hates your creation?
Yeah.
And he says, well, it's like, at least I can sit in a bar now next to the guy that invented, Comic Sans Serif, and we can commiserate.
Yeah. The only guy that's happy is the guy that did Times New Roman.
Yeah. But, so he was saying the funny thing is now, it's come full circle, whereas Clippy's got kind of a cult following now.
Yeah. Funny though, a lot of the things from that era have. I mean, we were saying about CRT monitors and that. I used to hook mine up to my Sega Mega Drive and Mega CD system, but I've still got it upstairs, the CRT monitor, because when you're doing old gaming like that, it is nice to play it on an old CRT. And I was going to build a miniature arcade cabinet. I put the guts of the CRT in it. I put the Mega Drive and everything, and then just have like a cartridge slot that you can drop in and load everything up, That'd
be sweet. Well, I was saying to Festa that I don't plan on keeping the computer. I'm just going to take the hard drives out and just then put it in for recycling. But
yeah,
I might keep the CRT just for the sake of, you pay a lot of money nowadays for a good CRT, and if I ever need one, I've got my old original Xbox and a 360, and I grew up playing them on CRT TVs, so could be interesting.
Oh yeah,
to keep it.
I was saying to you, when Lex did his bedroom, he's got that empty shelf, and it's like, yeah, that's where I'm going to be putting your Mega Drive and Mega CD, Dad. And it's like, yeah. It's like, oh, okay, then you claimed it already. Well,
Yeah. Get him while you can.
But he's like that, if he's playing Xbox 360, then it's on the 360 console, and he keeps all his old consoles because, bit of retro gaming, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a 360 and an OG Xbox, but they're just, like, I bought them, modded ones, so they've got all the games on them.
Yeah.
So that was just because I wanted the game libraries.
Oh, yeah, he's kept all them consoles right back to original PlayStation, original Xbox, original Nintendos.
Yeah. I think I've still got my actual original OG Xbox that I bought in 2001 in the loft somewhere, but it's long dead.
Yeah.
I'd have to get it repaired to work. But it's just not worth paying that kind of money now.
No.
You can buy a repaired, restored one.
It's one of those, isn't it? Where, like you say, you're playing stuff on retro consoles. It's just the right thing to do, isn't it? To play them in their right environment.
Yeah. Well, the entire reason I got the OG Xbox. Why did I get that? Because I wanted something to play Medal of Honor Frontline on, because it's not backwards compatible other than Xbox 360. So I got that. But then the only reason I got the Xbox 360 is because I wanted to play Space Marine. and it was never released. It was never put in the back compat list either. So, and it was just released on 360.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll get myself a rebuilt, refurbished, and updated, modded one.
Yeah.
Come with all the games in the world. And then literally about a month after I got it, they back compat it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or rather, they released it as a remaster kind of thing. It's, damn it. Oh, well, I got a 360 out of it.
Yeah. Hughes, so modelers are still reviewing building 1970s kits on YouTube. Just this week, I'm moaning about the quality. He says, I give up. Yeah, nothing. I mean, what did I expect? I mean, come on. Yeah. But surely that's the fun of modelling. You overcome these issues and work around them. And
yeah.
PJ says he's battling to get stuff finished for Telford. Yep, doing good, he says. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff says he completely forgot about Clippy. Jeff's wishing PJ all the best and luck your way for Telford. James, he says, on one of my old computers, I had something called Virtugirl laugh out. Yeah, that's right. And we had Winamp as well. Do you remember Winamp, the Amiga?
God, do you remember all the different skins you get for Winamp?
Yeah, yeah. He says, we have a console called a Philips Video Pack. Yes.
I had the infamous Amstrad Games console, which was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
My dad bought it from like an auction in a hotel at some point, for like a £5 or something. Right, I think that's all the shiny metal bits I want to do on there.
You're a shiny metal bit.
Thank you very much. I think I'll still be painting all the silver details throughout the rest of this stream tonight.
Oh, right, yeah.
As I was last week. There's so many little bits of things I want to paint silver.
Jeff says he still has his Merlin handheld game from 78 that looked like a red phone. The display was 11 LEDs. What more could anyone want?
I used to have Astro Wars, which was the little tabletop LED game with the round screen. It was basically Space Invaders or Galaxians combined.
Yeah.
And it was just like simple, like blue, green, and red. What were they? Where this? It was like coloured, but they're like preset little things. I can't remember. LED, I suppose. I don't really know.
Yeah.
It was one of them. I used to love that.
The sound of an old floppy disk drive doing its start up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The sound of an old PC starting up, it's going.
Oh, yeah.
This is like accessing the hard drive.
56K fax modem giving a ping. Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. I mean, back then, if you wanted a sound card, it was an add-on. You know, it was, yeah.
I think this PC's got a sound blaster in it.
Yeah, I've got a 3D blaster Banshee in the Packard Bell upstairs in the loft. It's like all the rage when they first came out.
Yeah. Back in the days of Voodoo FX cards and things like that.
Oh, yes.
How's that motherboard thing going?
Gone, mate.
Has it?
Yeah. Missed it by a tenner.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what happens when people are using sniping software. It's like, yeah. That's all right. It's no biggie.
Well, I was on eBay earlier today looking at some like out of print Forge World Orc stuff. And I was like, close it and walk away, Fox. Close it and walk away. And I did. I closed it and walked away.
I've still got, Jeff, Microsoft Access 2 on floppy disk, mate. It's installation media. It's like, yeah.
I found a pack of CDs, and one of them was Microsoft Encarta.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Microsoft Encarta was great.
Yeah. And I found, you remember all the For Dummies books, like, you know, Windows for Dummies and whatever. I found like a copy of the Internet for Dummies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked at the publishing date, 1998, and I thought, it's like that thick. And I'm like, there's only like 4 websites in 1998. How do you get a big book out of that?
Oh, yes.
For Dummies books. God.
I can remember people when the internet started, going, yeah, it's never going to take off. 5-minute wonder, that's all it'll be. It's like, yeah.
The shops online.
And it's like, yeah. It's like anything, you knew it would get abused pretty much straight away, and it was.
It's funny, but like I don't really remember too much the early days of the internet, but I do remember the kind of vibe of like when internet shops and stores started appearing, just in the very early days, like the very early days of Amazon and places like that.
Everyone used to play with Shockwave Flash with all the
oh yeah,
hit counters and flashing screen assets and that. It's like, yeah.
Yep, you'd make your website in Dreamweaver Pro, and then you'd put your little hit counter on the bottom, and if it was like a popular subject, you'd have like a web circle where you'd link it to other websites on the same subject.
Do you remember watching a website load where you had the dot pixels going along the screen like a typewriter loaded each segment, and then you'd have the little shockwave icon, and then it'd be loading button. And then suddenly that would go, and then the next. Oh, mate, how we survived.
I remember there was a website, and I can't remember what it's called now, sadly, but it was 100% basically like a place where people would make shock animations and just put them up there.
Yeah.
It was like to curate them. It had a picture of a tank as its logo. And it was the home of like shockwave animation for a while.
I can still remember H going, "You're still online, only my mum's going to be ringing soon." Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I'd be online doing something and you'd hear the phone ring and you'd be like, "Oh, crap."
Yeah.
Connection would drop.
I mean, look when broadband first started coming out. I mean, even then, it wasn't the fastest thing, was it? But at the time, it was cutting edge, wasn't it?
When I got broadband, it was still dial-up, but even though it felt like dial-up, it wasn't that much better. The funny thing is, I first got broadband in, I guess, about 2001 or 2. Sorry, no, I first got internet in about 2001 or 2, and it was dial-up. And I'm still with the same broadband provider now.
Yeah.
But I've obviously moved up, and they've changed names and changed companies. But it's still the same people.
Oh, yeah.
So when I log in now to their website, it's the same login that I've had since 1998, 99.
Yeah. It wasn't an N and a T and an L, was it?
No. It was a company that nobody's ever heard of in those days. Now it's just one of BT's many different companies.
Yeah. Oh, yes. All the small firms all got swallowed up. My first mobile phone was with Genie Mobile, which is now O2.
I think my first mobile was with Orange.
Yeah.
I used to work at 9X cable company.
Yeah.
And in the 5 years that I worked there, it went from 9X to Cable and Wireless and Mercury to NTL.
Yeah.
It's like, then it went to Virgin, then I left. It's like I worked at 6 different companies in the space of 6 years without even leaving my desk. Acquisitions.
My old mobile phone you used to carry around, it was basically like a car battery with a handle and a phone on top with a big old extendable area on it, and it was like...
Oh, yeah. I used to have one of them Nokias, the grey blocky ones with the little nub area on the top. The 5210s were they or something? I can't remember. That's so long ago.
And you used to get a tech come out to install the mobile phones in your car. Because it was a full-blown big installation back then with the area on the roof, the battery pack in the boot and all of that gubbins. And yeah.
A friend of mine used to work at a local leisure centre, like a water sports place. And they had a staff mobile for whoever was on call that weekend. But they weren't that advanced, so they still had a mobile that had a suitcase battery.
Yeah.
And this was in the days of not having suitcase batteries. And he's like, "Oh, I don't want to be on call." And he got told off one week because he'd accidentally left the mobile phone in his locker. He's like, "No, I just deliberately left it there because I'm not carrying that 17 kilogram battery around. Screw it. I need to get a modern mobile phone."
Oh, yes. But it was simpler times, really, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember when I thought I was a tech demon because I figured out how to change the network logo so you could have whatever you draw whatever image you wanted on your mobile phone on the on your Nokia. And I wasn't. It was just somebody told me how to do it.
Yeah.
Wasn't that much skill involved. I hope I've got some more lead belt because I think I'm running a bit low. Lead.
Hugh says, yeah, the internet was on the go many years for us mere mortals were aware of. Absolutely, mate.
Mm-hmm.
PJ says, R.I.P. Moody blues singer and bassist John Lodge dies age 82. Oh, that's sad, mate.
Moody blues.
Bill says, yeah, 10 minutes to download a picture just to get the boobies. Yeah, that's why you squint, Bill, isn't it? Jamesy Boy says we had and still have the Philips video pack, a Sinclair Spectrum 128K plus 2, Atari ST 1040E with Citizen 9E PC printer. I can still remember Citizen Band radio. Do you remember? You used to have your rigs indoors and you had your portable ones with the old squelch buttons and all of that lot.
See, he and I would be enemies because I wasn't an ST, I was an Amiga guy.
Yeah.
An Commodore ST and Commodore Amiga and Atari ST were like mortal enemies back in those days. A bit like Xbox and PlayStation now. I didn't actually care.
No.
But many people did. Moron.
Marcy says the internet's been ruined by some usuals, not actual advances. Absolutely. She said her gramps had one of the first car phones here. Yeah. Back in the day, like I say, it was a tech that used to come out. Q says the Ferguson tractor revolutionised farming worldwide in the 30s. Nothing new under the sun. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Jamesy's dad had a pager for his work. Yeah, we used to have them clipped to our belts before the mobiles came out.
My dad was the first person in our family to get a mobile phone.
Yeah. Jamesy says he's got a CB in his Mark II Cavalier. Get in.
Mark II Cavalier.
Bobbins is in, saying I am here. Hello, Bobbins. How you doing? Yeah. And Jamesy said, I didn't care about the rivalry. I just like my ST. Exactly, mate.
Yep. I had no interest in the rivalry either. I just remember the funny thing is, right, I wasn't even into games, but I had like an Atari 400, then I had a Spectrum Plus, then a 48K, then an Amiga, and I was never really into games. The only things I remember playing ever are things like Caverns of Mars on the Atari. That's going back well a long time. I played. I can't remember what it was called, but I called it Lotus Turbo Esprit Zoom thingy.
Oh, right.
On the cassette on Spectrum, which was a black and white. You're in a Lotus Esprit and you have to drive around chasing the bad guys' cars who are all colored blue or red.
Yeah.
And they had little stickmen walking along the road. And to me, that was like an ultra realistic open world.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't, it was Spectrum graphics. And on the Amiga, I remember playing Shuffle Puck Cafe, and that's about it.
Yeah, but sometimes the simplicity of those graphics were what made the game so endearing, because at the time we didn't realise they were simplistic, because that was the best we had. That was
amazing.
All witchcraft, when it was like, oh, look at the graphics on this Super Monaco GP with square tyres. But it's what you had.
I mean, I use the Amiga more for art, using like, what was it called? Photon Paint. That's an Amiga paint package. Photon Paint and Deluxe Paint. God, I remember. I remember designing my own desktop icons for all the icons on the workbench.
Jask Paint Shop Pro.
Oh yeah, Jask Paint Shop Pro. Good God, I remember.
Coral Draw.
Octamed was a MIDI music thing where you could play up to 4 samples, like 4 tracks of samples playing on the Amiga. Octamed, and it wasn't 8, it was 4, so it's a stupid name. God, I don't know, I just remembered that. And the funny thing is, I've been looking for I've been looking for sequencer software because I got myself that synth recently, and it's like I need some sequencer software. And I've been looking at all the paid stuff, and I'm like, nah, I'm not paying for it. There's loads of free ones, but they're all so stupidly complicated. And I found one which is like the most bare bones little MIDI recorder, and it's just like something you had on the Amiga back in the day. It's like, this is what I want. This is I don't need complicated nonsense. I don't need to see waveform. I just want MIDI blocks. There you go, done. Fantastic. Always go back to the old school. I'm always comfortable when it's simple because I'm simple.
That's the thing. Software was so much more simple then.
Mm. And like you say, because our expectations weren't that it would be as good as it is today. We were amazed by what we had then.
Exactly.
Yeah. We had to use our imagination to see what was actually being portrayed on the screen. Like that Lotus Esprit game was so basic, but the fact there were little stick men walking around up and down the street and they wait at the crossings, which today would be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But on a Spectrum with black and white graphics, what, on your telly?
Exactly.
My mind was blown.
I mean, our mind was blown when remote controls came out on video recorders. You mean you can record a TV program whilst watching something else? That's witchcraft. You can change channel without getting up and walking across the room and pressing a button. Wow. I record teletext. I mean, come on. What more could you want back then?
Oh, God, Oracle, yeah. Travel page. Horoscopes.
And you'd have it in mixed mode so that you could still watch what was on the TV, even though you had all the words.
Oh, yeah.
CFAX on Oracle. My God.
Yeah. To find out more, visit CFAX page 225.
Are them services still going?
No, they're long gone now. They lasted quite a while. I don't think they went that long ago.
Yeah.
Like 10 or 15 years ago, but they
survived for probably quite a while. When the switchover happened then.
Yeah.
Because we had the big analog turn off, didn't we?
Yeah. I think they still existed in some places, and I think they still existed for military. So, like you get like Army TV and stuff. I think they had them like for informational services on some of the Army TV channels. Well,
a lot of that stuff has been kept in the loop, hasn't it? Because if ever there was an EMP or a situation where analog tech had to be a thing, they could still access it, can't they? So
yeah.
Because they still keep a lot of their old computer systems purely for that reason.
Yep. Well, apparently there's still a reasonable market for floppy disks because so many government systems, not just our government, but around the world, governments tend to use so many old legacy systems that things like tape backup and
some of the missile sites, when you look at how antiquated their stuff is that they're using, and there's a big market for refurbishing old equipment like that because that's what some of our silos use and things like that. It's surprising.
I was amazed to find out that for a lot of archival purposes, like tape archives are still probably one of the most reliable methods of archiving data.
And microfiche.
Yeah, microfiche.
And National Archives still put stuff on microfiche as well as discs and other optical media, but they still use microfiche. Makes sense, really. Yeah.
I was looking a few weeks ago when I was reminiscing about my old Tascam 388, my studio 8-track recorder that I used to record my music and stuff on. And I was reminiscing about the tapes. I was looking them up because I couldn't remember what they were. And the Ampex 456 and Ampex 457 tapes. Yeah. And they're still being made for various for various like purposes. Apparently a lot of people still like to use the old Tascam 388s to record on because of their old warmth, but they're still used for archival of data, apparently.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Old 1/4-inch reel-to-reel tapes. And nothing beats. If you've never done it, you won't know, but if you've ever opened an Ampex 4, 5, 6 or 7 pack, get the box open and get the tape out. Oh, the smell of a fresh, unused magnetic tape. Oh, it's like caramel. It's just divine smell. It's the best smell ever. I used to love opening new tapes.
Yeah, I mean, my audio cassettes for my stack system in the lounge are the C90 tapes that have got the metal spools in them, you know, the brushed gold spools and that, because
they look better.
Teak, I think it was, used to make them back in the day.
Yeah,
and they're still there, still got beautiful sound.
Yeah. There's actually, I was watching Techmoan the other day, and he was lamenting the fact that there's only one manufacturer of tape decks nowadays.
Yeah.
One company, and they make really crappy ones.
Yeah.
He said, because the old ones, like you look at your old stuff we used to make in the 70s and 80s, they were proper like metal.
Yeah, proper metal
drives.
Frames and everything, and it's like, Yeah,
he said so, and you said you see these like retro tape decks coming up as Kickstarters and stuff where it'd be like 400 quid. And he says, it's going to be one of the modern crappy tape decks. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. It's going to be one of these modern crappy tape decks, and it will be rubbish.
Yeah.
And it's a shame.
That's why Cal wants my stack system, because it is all old, you know, metal tape mechanisms and valve amps. If
it works, it works.
Yeah, and he's like, he said he's got his eye on it, and I said it's his.
Yeah. There's no reason to buy a modern tape deck because it won't be good. Modern boom boxes that come out, he's like, yep. Oh, look, it's another one and it's rubbish. Of course it is.
There
you go. Mind you, I'm on a big retro kick at the minute anyway with my typewriters, aren't I?
Yes. You have been for a little while, dear.
Yeah. Just think when you get old, you get reminiscent, don't you, of your past?
You're trying to rekindle your past. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything was brilliant when I was a kid.
You know, I find I see books that I read years ago, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to grab that because I had that years ago. And, you know, you start rebuilding stuff that you'd got shot off years ago, you know, and it's like, Yeah,
I got myself a copy of Enid Blyton's Brer Rabbit stories.
Yeah.
Just because the illustrations by, I can't remember his name, something of the Biro, Val Biro, because the illustrations are fantastic. I remember being a kid.
Yeah, you just remember it, don't you? It's all nostalgia.
Yeah. Well, ironically, after going through my little typewriter binge and getting myself a couple of typewriters, I actually found Mum's old typewriter today when I was clearing out some stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
Old 1970s Brother Portable. It's not imperfect now. It needs a clean and a bit of a restoration.
Exactly. PJ says, using old media for archival is all well and good as long as the powers that be leave instructions on how to operate them for future gens. Yeah. That's the thing, you know. It's because we all instinctively know because that's what we used, but...
Yeah. I mean, that is the advantage with things like tape systems and stuff. It's just generically they are kind of simpler.
Oh, yeah.
But you still need to know how to use them. Otherwise, they're just like completely obtuse.
Well, yeah, because if you found a load of reel-to-reel tapes and you've got no means of playing it, you'd look at it and go, what does this do? Because you wouldn't have any comprehension, would you? And then,
It's always funny when you get these videos of like, they take a kid, like 5 or 6 year old kid, and put them like a rotary dial phone or a typewriter and say, right, what's this? And they go like, what's that? How does it work? It's a telephone. What? Give them a typewriter and they're like, well, where's the screen? I don't understand.
Yeah. Does it print?
Is it how do I connect to the internet?
What happens when you get to the end? See that big lever on the end? Yeah.
Ding. Adu be-doo. Be-doo, be-doo, be-doo.
Yeah, it would be quite funny.
Oh, yeah.
But Cal's like that. He's got loads of old things like that, old typewriters, reel-to-reel cassettes and things, because he loves vintage tech like that, you know. It's...
Actually, I had a quick go on the typewriter. I got the first one. And had a quick go on it. And it was like, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
Just writing nonsense. It's like, it's so mechanical and so, so like, physical.
You go round his house, he's got like a candlestick phone in the corner, you know, and it's just like,
I still want to get
a bit steampunky and that. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I still think I should get a trim phone.
Oh yeah, trim phones were the nuts, mate.
Oh yeah.
Right, we want a bit of Zandri.
Bizarrely, I found that I can type better on a typewriter than I can on a computer keyboard.
Oh, right.
Faster and with less mistakes. So it's like, okay, it's weird. Then I thought to myself, right, how can I get... I need to get Festa to work out how to build an Arduino thing so I can use a typewriter keyboard on a computer. That'd be brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
That needs a second coat. I shall do a second coat briefly, shortly.
Jamesy Boy says, yeah, I loved typewriters as a kid. Yeah, they are the nuts, mate.
I remember playing with mums. And when I got that one the other week, I'm like, I know mum's got one somewhere. And I was like, I spent ages looking for it. And it was just, I'm just purely doing some clearing out and just happened to find it. I'm like, wow, there's a coincidence. Yeah, it's... used to play with it as a kid. Until I got my own.
Oh, yeah, back in the day, mate. Life was so much simpler way back when.
Yeah. I mean, how many parents, when they said to their kid, what do you want for Christmas, would have said, a typewriter, please?
When you think back, though, how much tech and advances we've seen just in our lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, my mum, you know, she can go back even longer, you know, and it must be amazing for them. I mean, look, when I set the Zoom up for Mum and Winnie, you know, they was gobsmacked because it's such a weird thing for them, you know, and it's...
They have no concept of how it would even remotely work, would they?
Exactly, because, yeah, it was simplicity in itself back then, you know.
The funny thing is, if you look back now, like, I mean, you know, me and Festa are in our mid-50s, and if we look back, it's strange that in some ways, some things haven't changed. Like at the end of the day, for most people, you wake up, you get washed, you go to work, you come home, sit in front of the telly, go to bed. At weekend, you might go out with your mates. That's exactly the same as it was 50 years ago. You know, nothing much has changed. You get in your car, you fill it with petrol. But in other ways, it's just a different universe.
Oh, yeah. Certainly is. But that's what makes it so fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah. I can hear voices. I'm going to just go and quickly have a look and see what's going on outside.
Yeah, no worries. James says, did you know it's legal to use a CB whilst driving the car? Is it? Never knew that, mate. But yeah, ham radio. You know, I can remember my uncle had a room literally dedicated to ham radio equipment. You know, and it fascinated us that he would be talking to people from all over the world. And yet here we are, webcams and mics in real time. It's fascinating to know and see how that has all developed. So, yeah. Just in our short lifetimes, you know, I mean, it's, amazing.
It's weird to think that You think of like the internet and how it's come on in our lifetime, but yet it was kind of there when we were born.
Yes.
It's been with us, even though it's been hidden for like a third of the lifetime, maybe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it's amazing.
And it's one of those, you know, I would love to fast forward 100 years just to see where everything ends up technology-wise, you know, what advancements are yet to be made. And I find that fascinating, somewhat scary as well, but...
Yeah. It's weird to think that if you could do that, the things that you would see that would blow your mind, that the people there will just be like, and what? It's a robot, what?
Exactly. You know, I mean, we're just beginning to really see the potential of AI, and you wonder where, you know, we all think of Cyberdyne systems, don't we? Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
And the Terminators and all of that gubbins. But when you think our AI has advanced, just in the couple of years we've seen it, it's growing so quickly. And yeah, potentially, like anything, someone out there will abuse it. You know they will.
Someday.
You know, and dare I say it, a lot of it is already getting used for military purposes, because why not? It's, you know, it's going to change all of that sort of thing drastically, isn't it, over time?
I'll tell you what depresses me about AI at the minute is the number of people, like, because I hang out on various support forums just for fun, and the number of people who come in saying, I've got this problem, how do I fix it? Or I had this problem and I fixed it doing this. And somebody will say, why did you do that? And he said, because I did a Google AI search and it said to do that.
Yeah.
And the number of people that seem to like do a Google AI search and assume that it's correct, it's like, oh God, we're just in an idiocracy now, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's like, don't ever, ever take an AI result and assume it's even remotely correct. Oh.
You get on your high horse, don't you? And I can just see it now.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I just sit there and facepalm, and I swear on the Xbox support forums, a guy said basically that the fan in his Series X was a little bit squeaky and it kept overheating. So he did a search on Google and he poured WD-40 into his Xbox.
Oh my God. While
it was on. Oh. And he said, no, it's not working. Is it fried? And I'm afraid the response, I didn't actually reply into that group, but that forum, but the response from the forum group was like, it was just, yeah, you can imagine.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
Yeah, but when you got someone saying during the pandemic, would drinking disinfectant help?
Oh, God, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. I actually miss, and I used to, it sounds really weird because I get grumpy about stupidity, but I used to love going to Yahoo Answers.
Ask Jeeves. Yeah.
Yeah, and just because you just saw the worst of humanity's intelligence on Yahoo Answers. And there used to be, and it doesn't exist anymore, but there used to be a YouTube channel who would basically take like the most stupid questions from Yahoo Answers and like voice them with stupid voices.
Yeah.
And I think the classic was basically one where somebody just put a Yahoo question saying, how is Babby made?
Yeah.
And then all the responses were in the same kind of like terrible English. It was so funny.
Exactly.
It's always things like, my girlfriend drank orange juice after she brushed her teeth. Is she pregnant? Will she get pregnant? Like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss Yahoo Answers. If ever you were having a bad day and thought you felt a bit thick, just go on Yahoo Answers and feel much better.
I realised how dumbed down people have become when I said about Winston Churchill and got that infamous response. Who's he? Is he a rapper? And I just looked at Cal and his mate, and Cal even had to go at his mate, and it's like, yeah, that was it for me. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, kids of today, get off my lawn, but it's true.
I was
so
like,
how did you?
Yeah.
How did you miss all that in school?
But then, what is taught nowadays? Really, when you think of all the history we learned, is that still taught in school, or do they have to be politically and woke correct now?
Well, no, because it's just history, isn't it? It still teach that, I think.
Well, I know that, but everything is done so differently now. That's what I'm trying to say, Fox, if you don't mind.
I mean, I must admit, when I was a kid, we never got taught World War II or anything like that.
We did.
It was always, I was just boring. It was always like Kings and Queens of England, all that rubbish.
World War I, we knew, done all the wars up to Vietnam.
Oh, man.
Obviously, Kings, Queens. You had to do English history first. And then you then started doing European and then world history, you know. So you got to do European wars, European events, things like that, and then American stuff like, you know, the Civil War, World War II, Vietnam. And Falklands was just beginning to become spoken about, and I left school just as the Falklands War kicked off, so we never learnt about that in a historical way.
Yeah. No, we just literally got Tudors and Stuarts and Kings and Queens. I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm crying out to learn about modern history.
Yeah.
You know, like World War One and Two, and not just wars and stuff, but modern history.
Yeah.
Nope, none of it.
Korean War, things like that. The killing fields, Pol Pot, Idi Amin, you know, all of that sort of stuff was all not deeply discussed, but, you know, it was all raised, and, you know, you'd have lessons and discussions and debates.
We never got anything like that. I would have killed so much history like that.
So, it was one of those.
Mind you, our history teacher was like 5,000 years old.
Oh, right, okay.
So we were probably being taught 1950s curriculum grammar school history.
Yeah.
Yeah, not modern history, not modern curriculum history.
Yeah, it was one of those, you know, it was really interesting. Jeff has put in a $10 super chat. He says a few pesos towards whatever you see fit, my friend. He says, cheers as always. Thank you very, very much, Jeff. That will go to a good use, mate, because I am currently saving up for a complete new motherboard, processor and memory, because my system won't run Windows 11, so I'm losing Windows 10 support. I could hack it and run Windows 11, but the strong rumour is Microsoft are going to basically switch that ability off. Yeah.
You never know what consequences will come with that, do you?
Yeah.
It would bite you in the backside, so you may as well just do it legitimately.
Exactly. Yeah, so kind of, part of me wants to do it just so that I can run it and get updates, but knowing what Microsoft are like, because they just did end of life for 23H2, didn't they, Windows 11? Yeah. So what's to stop them from, on their next big update, overwriting the ability to run Windows 11 on unsupported? So, yeah. So I'm not going to take the risk. I'll stick with what I've got for the moment. And, I very nearly got a motherboard bundle tonight, but I missed out by a tenner. Got sniped right at the last minute. So
that was a good thing, and that was a good motherboard. That for the price it was going for. Yeah, that was good. That. Well, it was ROG, isn't it? ROG.
So there may be other things that pop up, but for the moment, I am putting all my money to one side and just saving up.
See, it sounds really silly, but I was hoping you'd get that purely because it's a ROG motherboard. Because I watch the Digital Foundry video content, and whenever they talk about the ROG Ally, they call it the ROG Ally.
Yeah.
And I can just see you going, ROG. I've got a ROG motherboard.
Yeah. ROG. But yeah, so like I say, I'm taking a bit of a gamble, I know, but at the end of the day,
at the end of the day, you can fix this kind of stuff. So if it's a little bit shonky, it's going to be something you can fix.
But it's. The only time this system goes online is when I'm doing what I'm doing now. I don't do any other internet. I don't do peer-to-peer file sharing or anything of like that nature.
No.
And if I'm doing internet searches or other things like that, it's done on the iPad or the MacBook.
Yeah, that's a work PC basically, isn't it?
This literally goes online for this to stream to YouTube, and then it's straight back off, and that's it. It's the only time it's online. So, and I've got firewalls and all of that. Not anywho, but
you know what you're doing with that stuff. But it's not a playtime PC, is it? It's a basically
no. This is the business PC, isn't it? So
yes.
But even so, you don't want to risk it, do you? You know. And,
no.
But I just don't believe in forced obsolescence. You know, I've been forced to upgrade my system, and I resent that, because there's a lot of decent systems that, you know, this hasn't got anything wrong with it. It just hasn't got the processor on the Microsoft list, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like it's not so bad if like the hardware you've got physically can't run something because it's not powerful enough.
Yeah.
But when it's just, we're not going to make it available for those older processors, the CPUs, but we could run it.
I could run it Linux, but then some of the Adobe and things like that don't work on Linux.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just one of them, isn't it? I could use OBS on Linux, not slobs. That ain't a problem.
Yeah.
But, you know, all my licensed Adobe is all Windows-based. Yes, I could probably... Yes, I could probably run it through an emulator, but it's still going to be so resource hungry to do that it's not viable.
No, because then you're doing whatever it was plus all the extra effort of emulating it. So
exactly, Fox.
Jamesy Boy says, need a new laptop. This thing is buggered and also won't run Windows 11.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to upgrade your rig, then yeah, fine. I understand that, but to be forced into it, because you know, all they want to do is sell new systems. I know that they're a money-making machine, you know, and that's how they've survived so long. But to force it, I mean, we all know the direction they want to go. They want to make the Windows operating system a subscription module. You know that.
Yep.
Where they want to charge $30 a month for you to be able to use their operating system on equipment that you've bought out of your own money. That's the direction they want to go. So the more they lock it down, the more they're able to look at doing that.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a bit naughty, but what would I know?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I could see it going that way.
Yeah. I just think it extracts the mick, to be quite honest with you.
I think it's time to use my ultra disposable that I've still been using for a year paintbrush.
Oh, there you go.
Are you still using on your original first ultra disposable paintbrush?
Yeah, I've still got 199 unused brushes.
Both Festa and I bought these little packs of like 200 disposable eyeliner brushes from Amazon for like £1. Yeah. And we've used like one.
Look how scuzzy that handle's got because it's been dipped in. Yeah, look at it.
We're basically honorary.
Single use, but look at the split in the end of them bristles. Yeah. It's like,
single use unless you're an honorary Yorkshireman like me and Festa.
Yeah.
Right now there's a bunch of Yorkshiremen going, yep, that seems all right to me. What's the problem there?
Helen calls me Squeak.
Squeak.
She said, I never thought I would meet someone that could be as tight as me.
Check your chat, dude.
Holy shit. Oh, sorry, swearing.
Oh,
wow, Bill, thank you very much. That is kind of blown me away, mate. Bill Folks has put in a £50 super chat, anti-snipe funding. Thank you very, very much, Bill. I really am blown away by that, mate.
That is incredible.
You're going to get me blubbing at this rate. It's going to happen.
I'm going to stay quiet so we can blub, because he'll have to fill the dead air now.
Absolutely. Jeff is going, whoa, awesome. Yeah, it is. I'm genuinely shocked. And yeah, thank you very, very much, Bill. I'm not a hugger, but big hugs, mate. Massively, massively appreciated, mate.
I wouldn't call him a hugger. I'd spell it differently.
Yeah, that's UG with a capital U, that is, mate. You says, would not bother with Win 11, just max out my old Lappy with no old stock spare parts and SSDs very, very cheaply. I mean, my main system away from this is my 2011 MacBook Pro. And, you know, that's got all my Mac-based Adobe on. And, you know, I can edit upstairs on that. I can remote access this because I've got a dual boot on it where I've got Windows 7 running on an internal hard drive on the Mac. And it does the job, you know. And Windows 11, all they want you to do is use a Microsoft account so that they can spam you, AI you to death, and basically bombard you with 50 million nag screens of their choosing.
Yeah, all of them about Windows 365, thank you.
Yeah, you know, and Office 365, and trying to get more and more money out of you. And, all right, they're in it for business. We know that. But if you want to take out a subscription, you should do it because you're choosing to, not because they bloody keep forcing it on you.
Yep.
You know, they reckon up to 200 million PCs are going to go to landfill purely and simply because of this. You think how many businesses, look at the NHS.
Yep.
You know, how many, you know, thin clients do they have on site in every single hospital? And they're all going to have to buy new licenses or new hardware. And it's shocking. Disgusting, actually, but
you're not wrong.
So yeah, I know it's technological advancement, but it isn't really. All they're doing is saying we've removed the ability of all of these systems to run our product.
Yeah.
So are people's lives at risk because, you know, the intensive care units are all running Windows 10? Yeah.
Yeah, because it should just be they don't put any restrictions. So the way it should be is that, you know, you should have your computer, and when it gets to the point where you get the new operating system and it just doesn't run well, then you think, I need a new PC.
Absolutely.
Chugging. But no, this is like, yeah, you could run Windows 11 fine, but we're going to make it so you can't even do that. Yeah. Not even give you the chance. It's like, yeah, no.
Now, my rig could run it. It's got the processing power to do it, as you know. You know what my rig is. And it would do it quite happily, but because it hasn't got enough cores on the processor for what they want, which is the TP 2.0 and the secure boot.
Yeah, because it's all multi-threaded stuff, isn't it?
They're now saying, well, you know, it's not on our list at the end of the day. It's literally one gen previous to their cut-off point. You know, I can still run the latest PC games and things like that on it quite happily. But because it is one gen younger than what they've decreed, yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah. It should just be left to the user to determine that they can't run the system anymore because it's just, you know, it should just be that the OS is just too big for your system. Then you have no choice. But that's still your choice, and you've got a good number of extra years. Like, you know, if I tried to run Windows 11 on that Windows 95 PC, it wouldn't work because it's just garbage. But that's then down to me to fix it, not because I have to.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when we used to do the IT side of things back in the day, and you had a erroneous update that would wipe out all the systems and networks, and you'd have to frantically run round and correct Microsoft's balls up, basically. That was bad enough. You know, I know a few people that are still in IT, and one of them's actually at the NHS and was saying that potentially this could be a national emergency because the funding needed to upgrade all of these systems now it's just not there.
And it needs to be.
So what do? Do they cut down healthcare?
Yep.
You know, and think of it stateside as well, where obviously they don't have a free national health service like us. At least I don't think they do. And, you know, think of the amount of money and cost of healthcare going up in America and insurances and all of that thing, you know.
Well, I suppose actually, yeah, because they've got Medicaid, haven't they? And I suppose those places would be affected because they're government funded.
Exactly, because I lost track of the American health situation after Obamacare got repealed, and I kind of lost track of where they're at with their system over there. Yeah. So
any non-private hospitals are going to be a bit screwed.
Yeah, and it's shocking when you think of it. And again, small businesses, bar and par kettles, cake shop, you know, them sort of places.
Yep.
You know, they're all going to be vulnerable because there are malicious hackers out there that seem to get off on the fact that they can cause all of these problems. And it's like, yeah, once the bodies start stacking up, are they going to have a conscience then?
Yeah. Amusingly, do you remember a few weeks ago those hackers that got all the photos from the nursery school and blackmailing them?
Yeah.
They've been arrested.
Yeah.
A 17-year-old kid and a 25-year-old man, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the businesses in the UK that was hit was a 15-year-old kid, wasn't it?
Yep.
I mean, the days gone by, you know, the agencies used to recruit them type of people because it's like, well, if you can do that, work with us rather than against us.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're allowed to do that now. They get their sentence and some of them get a life ban, don't they, of tech.
Yeah.
But they'll find a way around it.
Yeah, they might do it off the books kind of surreptitiously they would never find out about, but...
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
What else is going on? Dominic says, I bought a PC this year, Ryzen 5 DDR5 32 gig and an M2 hard drive. Get in there, mate.
Mm-hmm.
How you getting on with the Phison bug in Windows 11? Because, yeah, it's kind of Phison chips are getting, or M2s are getting deactivated, aren't they? It's still a thing at the moment. They tried doing one patch, but it's still not quite working, is it? James, he says, apparently that's how copper wire was invented. A Scotsman and a Yorkshireman fighting over a penny. My missus has got a scar on the back of her head, and she dropped a £1 coin once and it hit her on the back of the head. Just saying. Crap that was supposed to be £5. Just kidding, says Bill. Yeah, mate, I'm blown away, mate. I really am. Hugh says, for all the computing power I need, my free Toshiba Satellite Pro's blast from the past from 2013 run perfectly. Got rid of my power-hungry PT stack years ago, and then again, I don't need the bills. I've still got upstairs in the loft an old IBM ThinkPad with a little red, almost like a rubbery type mouse thing in the middle of the keyboard.
Mouse nipple.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure a way of saying, because, you know, I was going to say, yeah, it's got the tip poking out.
just going to Duncan mode, nipple.
Yeah, it's got a tit on it. Yeah.
I must admit, because I got myself a laptop a few weeks ago from a friend to use for streaming, and it's like, I've not got used to using the trackpad yet, but when I get the laptop out, I really can't be bothered getting a mouse. I've got the trackpad there, look, the finger pad.
Yeah. I would say my MacBook Pro is my most used system. So me and trackpads don't really have an issue there because I'm always using it. But
the funny thing is that the laptop at the minute gets the most use when Mum and Wolf goes to use the commode. I just sit on the stairs and wait for it to, you know, finish so I can make sure she's sorted out. So I've got to do something for 20 minutes. So I'll just sit there and read the internet on my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Joys of looking after an elderly person.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's a point. I know what else I found today. I meant to show you. Let me know when you're ready and I'll show you something.
Yeah, 2 seconds, then I'll clean the paint off my brush because I'm painting metallic. Go on, Fox, you've got my undivided attention, dear. Oh, I've got loads of that. Yeah, I've got loads of DHF Somerset.
Yep. Yeah, DHF Somerset. Yeah, I just found it when I was clearing out some stuff. I've not seen one of these in about 30 years.
Yeah, I've got
a whole pound now.
iPads. Yeah, count how many lollipops are on Isaac Newton. Used to be what we used to do.
Yeah, the buttons. So yeah, I was like, oh, I'm going to keep that.
I've still got the old McEnroe fiver. I've got £10 note that's got the big lion on the back with the big swirlies.
What, the old white paper ones?
I've got a white fiver, yeah.
That was before my time, then, you see.
Yeah. Yeah, Ronnie gave me that white fiver. Keep hold of that. He said that'd be worth money one day. So, okay. I know what he meant.
Oh, yeah. I was actually on a website a while ago. It was like a numismatist website. And they were listing, like, how much different coins and notes are worth.
Yes.
Like collectibles. And, like, just certain, even just modern notes now can be worth hundreds, because there's, like, you get the occasional one where there's, like, any note with the serial number 007, it's just worth stupid money.
Yeah. Flaps where they've not been cut correctly, printing errors.
Yeah. So I was going through it thinking, have I got one of these? I've got one of these, no? And the 50p's with the, like, limited edition thing where they have a different thing on them every now and then.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason, they can be quite valuable. Tell you what, as I've got older, I've got to end up going to some very boring websites. Or websites that I would have considered very boring 20 years ago.
Yeah, but we go into this nostalgia thing, and I think a lot of us, I'm coming up to 60 now, and a lot of us, you start reminiscing and going for bygone stuff, don't you? Something will creep in your mind that you remember from years ago, and you go, just go on a little internet journey, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I am grateful that I never had one, but I am fully aware that there'd be no benefit to me getting a chopper because I couldn't ride it.
Yeah.
So I got myself a typewriter instead.
I had one of those and I slid forward off the end of the seat. And let's just say you walked like John Wayne after 100-mile horse ride after that happened.
Yeah, let's just say that's not how you're supposed to change gear.
Yeah. Yeah, Playtex was supposed to be the only thing that lifted and separated. But the gear lever on a chopper for a young lad, yeah.
Funnily enough, my mate did exactly the same. He hit a tree.
Yeah.
Hit the gear stick, and he got a knot in the pipes and tubes, and they had to surgically unknot it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You end up with a twist, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. I was still just like laughing at him on the floor rather than I was still pointing and laughing at him because that's what mates do.
Yeah.
When I found out what was actually wrong with him, I'd laugh more.
Oh, yes, it was.
Because that's what mates do. We're merciless.
Oh, yeah, you're never going to miss a 100% mockable situation, mate.
No. Real friends let friends suffer.
Oh, yeah. When I broke my arm, my mate's going, look, you can see the bone. Look at the bone. Yeah. Proper, show us, let's have a look. And they're like, oh, no. It's like, yeah. And you amble home, don't you, to mum? And it's like, yeah, mum, what? I kind of fell out of this tree. Oh, let's have a look. And she was like, okay, right. Okay. Yeah. Of course, my mum's never driven, so it was door knocking to get a neighbour to take us up to what used to be called the mini hospital back then.
Yeah.
For it all to be dealt with, and medicine wasn't as good as it is now. Resetting bones back then was external fixators and yeah.
I have a memory, and I've never been able to figure out if this is a real memory or not, but I have a memory of being in my little pedal car at the back door. And I must have been, 5 or 6 years old. And somehow, I just had this memory that I heard a couple of crunches, and Mum was like at the back door, and I said, I think I broke my legs.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I knew, I was in hospital having plaster casts on both my legs.
Yeah.
Because I must have got my feet trapped in the pedals or something. But I don't remember being in pain. I just remember going, I think I broke my legs because they're a bit floppy.
Yeah.
Mum was like, but I don't know if it's true or not. Unfortunately, Mum can't remember, so
Yeah.
I'll never know.
Oh, my mum used to despair. I was always in plaster for something. You know. You broke an hardwood hill, you'd fall out of a tree again because you didn't listen, did you? You knew best.
No. We were idiots when we were kids.
Saucepans on top of your head and things like that, you know.
Yeah. Head between the railings, all the stuff that was in the Beano, we'd all did it.
Pebbles up your nose and in your ears and
Toy soldier in your ear.
Yeah, fire brigade coming out to cut the railing outside because you'd stuck your head through it. That's like it. But I'm just going, why me?
This is funny though, because all these things that we used to do that were in a Beano was because we saw it in a Beano, so we tried it.
Well, it's ironic because Cal was like that. He was always up and down the hospital, you know. He would put pipe olives on his fingers as rings and stuff, you know, and he was forever getting things like they filled his ear up with Cocoa Pops and, you know, the pencils that used to push together to connect into a long chain.
Yo, God, I remember those. Yeah. Gee, I remember
he used to shove that up his nose, and of course, one of them used to always come off. It's like, I
didn't think they still existed.
He had a Pyrex bowl stuck on his head.
Yep.
Looked like a cone head, he did. So, yeah, that was up the A&E with that. They're like, oh, got him again. I was like, yeah.
I've just got this image of, like, you know, we've all seen the picture of when a cat sits in a glass bowl and it's like liquid form.
It was exactly like
his
that.
Face, all his hair was just like a solid block.
Yeah, his hair was just flat, pressed against the inside of his bowl. Where his head was swelling up, it was taking the shape of the bowl, you know. And
yeah, and it's not like you can just crack it open because it's Pyrex. It's
Pyrex, yeah. It was loads and loads of lubrication and...
Like, come on, sir, because you're not just have used a non-Pyrex bowl. Come on.
Yeah, and they're just like, how you two have got the patience. It's like, yeah, no wonder I got no hair.
Who was this? Was this Cal?
This was Cal, yeah. Yeah, Cal's right chip off the old block like that. It's like, yeah. And it took me back because me mum famously said to me, all this SHIT you've pulled is going to come and all you one day because when you have kids of your own,
yeah,
I was like, yeah, right, that won't happen. I don't remember with the Pyrex bowl, she just looked at me and she went, I need to say nothing, don't I? I was like, yeah.
I bet that was a moment of supreme satisfaction for Micro Mum.
Yeah, and then she was like, oh. And I went, what? She went, this is my smug face. Oh, you just can't come down from that, can you?
I love you, Mum.
Jamesy boy says, yeah, the Kew Garden 50p piece. Yeah, that's worth a mint, mate, isn't it?
Yep. And the very occasional misprint that gets out. They do a small run of misprints get out and they're worth a fortune.
Oh, yes.
I got excited when a first edition copy of Sgt. Pepper's went for like 500 grand because we've got a Sgt. Pepper's LP downstairs with the entire cardboard insert with all push-out little things you got.
Yeah.
It was little like cardboard sheet with pop-out things like a Sergeant stripes and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've got it intact, perfect. But it wasn't the first initial run, it was the second run. Print.
Yeah.
So it's worth like 3p. Mm.
Yeah, it's always worth a try though, isn't it?
Tell you what else I found when I was clearing out today. I found a couple of canisters of 60mm film.
All right.
One of them appears to be a documentary about Winston Churchill from the label on the front. And I'm going to guess they're dated around about the late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I was trying to have a swig of tea there, mate. I couldn't answer straight away.
That's nice, right? So I have no idea what they're worth.
Oh, dear, I needed that.
We've got my dad went through a phase of buying old film stuff, so we've got somewhere an old projector, 16mm projector. We've got a 16mm Hasselblad camera.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's like
Hasselblad.
It's like the kind of clockwork camera, but the viewfinder was an optional extra.
Oh, right, yeah.
Welcome to the 1950s. So I think Dad actually managed to find one now and got it because it's like you don't know what you're looking at. You can't focus it.
No.
But I was going to use it for animation because I was only a teenager at the time when he got it. I was going to use it as a stop frame animation camera.
Yeah.
But without the viewfinder, of course, I'd have no idea if I was in focus or not.
Yeah, that's kind of kind of required, mate, isn't it?
And I just never got round to it. Because you can still get 60mm film.
I still love watching that old footage.
Mm. Well, I seem to vaguely remember I've seen that film in the Winston Churchill one, because when Dad got it, he put it on the projector. And it was that proper... It's great. And then you get the British Pathé. Yes. In the days when you'd buy reels of film like that.
Mum's got a load of that old stuff. And I swear blind on one of them is going to be Charlie with the spoons. I swear blind. Yeah. So I keep meaning to borrow them and see if I can get them all converted, because I swear blind somewhere is going to be him doing his turn, you know. And
one of these Chumley Warner scenes from the East End of London.
Oh, mate, yeah.
And they'll be in the background following the camera around. Every time it turns up, he'll like in the background.
Because she's got weddings and all of that lot on these old movie reels and that, and he's bound to be on one of them, you know. So
no.
I was thinking, if I can find it, I'd send you the file off of the G drive and say, there you go. You'll get to see Charlie in a minute.
Charlie the Spoons.
Go round in circles on the corner of the dance floor. Have you some of that, my son?
I'd love to see that.
Proper pigeon head every time he spoke. It was like, yeah.
I can just imagine the three-piece suit now. Thick wool.
Oh, yeah.
Pants all the way up to the nipples.
Oh, yeah. Simon Cowell's trousers, mate, had nothing on them, mate, back in the day.
At least 3 buttons, possibly 4.
Yeah, button braces. Didn't have none of these clip-on namby-pamby braces. It was
proper button braces.
Proper trousers with a big V cut in the back.
Yeah, big face, the reach pleat down the front, and big turn-ups. Big turn-up, big cuffs.
If it was a wedding, he always had a pair of spats on over his shoes.
Yeah, spats, there you go.
And the little spring-loaded elbow things to keep your shirt sleeves in place, you know.
I used to have a set of those. Because I went through a braces phase in the 80s, and I was like, I used to have and the proper shirts, and I used a pair of them. What were they called? They were called sleeve cuffs or something.
Sleeve cuffs.
Sleeve garters. Sleeve garters.
Sleeve garters, because you had the sock suspenders, which went up round your calves to hold your socks up.
Yeah.
And you had the sleeve garters, and it was basically like an expandable watch strap that you wore around your biceps.
It was like a really crap slinky.
Yeah.
Like a tank track go around your arm.
Yeah. Nell used to come in, well, not my Nell, my nan Nell, and she used to come in with his collar for the day, stud it into the back of his shirt.
Yeah, button-on collar, yeah.
And, yeah.
I remember going through a phase of getting collarless shirts as well in the 80s, like very faint blue stripes, proper 1910 style.
Yeah.
I went through some very strange clothing phases in the 80s and 90s.
I mean, that's where I developed my love of hats. Was from Charlie, and obviously double-breasted suits and all of that lot, because three-piece double-breasted suit always looks nuts.
Proper vintage double-breast, not modern 1980s ones, because they were terrible.
No, I used to get mine from basically the antique bric-a-brac shops.
Yeah,
you know.
Well,
Go on.
No, go on.
No, you carry on.
I was going to say, I had like double-breasted suits when I was in sixth form, because you had to wear a suit jacket. I was the only kid that wore double-breasted jackets, but they were like 80s, and they weren't great. But it was the nearest I could get.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Double-breasted waistcoats. Yeah. There's just something about the style, that 40s and 50s gentlemanly style that...
I love watching Pathé, because all the blokes are walking around suited and booted. All the women in their elegant suits, you know, fitted jackets, and it just looks so elegant.
Yeah, it's graceful and elegant.
Yeah.
And I love the idea that, you know, I love it when you see the old Pathé footage, And you might see, the posh people walking around in their suits. And then it shows you some stevedores at the docks loading, like hauling sacks of wheat off a boat. And they're all wearing three-piece woolen suits with the flat caps because, even the working man wore a suit to work.
Yeah.
Miners in their, like, three-piece suits, but they were scruffy and covered in...
Yeah, didn't put their button collars on because it's like working shirt.
Yeah, but that's the amazing thing. You see miners in their suits. It's like, you can't imagine wearing a suit jacket and stuff.
I can remember Charlie with his gardening suit going out to dig the garden, and he'd still have the sleeve garters on, 2 obligatory folds on the shirt sleeves.
Yeah.
But, it was still the big wool trousers with the proper cuffs, leg cuffs on and all of that lot, and he's digging the garden. It was like, that was it. Underdressed.
It's funny when you see like newsreel footage from the 40s and all the people are wearing the suits, but then you see newsreel footage from like the 60s.
Yes.
And when you see the old people, the men are always still wearing those three-piece suits that they wore when they were like half that age in the 40s. And it's like, and I remember having people like that living on the avenue when I was a little kid. The old guy who lived a few doors down that had his like three-piece suit on and his little flat cap. And he had a very old people 1940s name, but I can't remember, Pop Bardill he was called. Name, sort of Pop Bardill, a very 40s, 30s name.
But you did, when we was growing up, we still had people alive from that generation, and they was always absolutely turned out perfectly every time you saw them, and it was their way, and you just had this massive respect for them because they always looked important, even though they're sitting there eating their Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
But they always looked authoritative, important, respectful, and it's like they're working class people like you and I, but they had that aura about them.
Yeah, a respectability of...
Yeah, and you respected them for how they looked, and it just looked right, It
always blows my mind a little bit when you see things like, especially things like Downton or Poirot and stuff, where you have the obligatory scene where they're at dinner in the evening in the stately home, and they're all there in their like tuxedos and bow ties and stuff.
Yeah,
because that's what people. Obviously, it was affluent people, but that's what affluent people actually did. They dressed up to have dinner in their own house.
Yeah,
in the tux, and it's like you can't imagine. Let's have dinner. We'll all dress in our tuxedos and go downstairs to the dining room for dinner. It's like, your brain just falls apart when you
Oh, yeah. My mum's stepmum, Gladys, would always be out in the kitchen doing her cooking in a full-blown, outfit with a little pinny over it. But, she'd come in. She looked like she was going out to meet the king. Yeah. It was just how they dressed, know, and not a hair out of place. And, everyone looked so elegant. And, yeah. That's my fondest memories as a kid, is seeing these characters like that.
Yeah. It's just the way of being that we can't quite get our head around now, because it doesn't really make any sense to us, but of course it does make sense to us. It makes perfect sense in one way, and at the same way you'd be like, why would you do that? But
I mean, to us it looked, really suave. To them, that was just their ordinary attire for the day, Just how it was, and
it's quite amusing today going through all the old photographs. I found loads of photographs of the family that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like a picture of my dad when he was probably in his 20s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, you were quite a good looking bloke when you were in your 20s. What happens? And then mysteriously, amongst all the family photographs, I found one photograph, and it was properly mounted on a card, and it was like had such and such a photographic studio something in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And I opened it up, and inside was like a picture taken on, I guess like a green area in front of, say, the town hall somewhere.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm assuming in Glasgow. And it was like a young couple who had obviously just got married. On one side was like an older couple, on the other side was another old. So it's obviously the two sets of parents and a young couple who've just been married at the registry office. But I'm like, I have no idea who these people are. So I took it downstairs to Mum and says, Mum, Yeah,
absolutely.
These family photographs. Who are these people? Mum's like, I've got no idea. I don't recognise him at all. From the 70s, and it's like, why have we got some random wedding photograph that, family photographs?
You saying, yeah, you got plastered long before your 18th birthday. Yes. I've been drunk twice in my life. One was before my 18th, and the other one was in my sort of mid-30s. But I woke up in an industrial wheelie bin just as it was about to get picked up by the collecting truck. And it was like, I vowed never to get drunk again, mate. And nowadays I'm teetotal, so it don't matter. But
yeah. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. I used to go out to the pub with my friends and have a few beers every now and then, but life's moved on and I don't drink anymore because I don't really go out to the pub anymore with my mates. Not see
I
them
don't
anymore,
miss it. Don't get me wrong, it's how it is, but it's medication reasons. But
yeah,
but I used to find it really amusing going to events and watching the room slowly getting drunk, because it is fascinating to watch people getting drunk, because you get your I love you drunk, you get your Larry drunk, and it is funny to watch. Because people's inhibitions drop, see, and you get to know what people really think when they've had a few.
Oh, yeah, because they just talk freely.
Yeah. Their inhibitions go, and it's like, and it is quite entertaining to watch.
Yeah. Hugh Gordon says, my niece's son looks at me in the same light. Old folks will always look old, whatever they dress.
Yes, exactly.
I remember reading an article recently. It was basically saying, why do young people in olden days look older? The idea being that if you look at, say, a 30-year-old from the 1970s, they look like 50, whereas the 30-year-old now looks like 25 or 30.
Yeah.
And one of the conclusions was it's because we look at the clothes as old, and therefore we think the person looks older.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, no, because there are people who just look really old. Like Frank Boff looked about 60 in 1970 when he was like 25.
Yeah, Fred
30.
Dinage looked 70 when he was 28.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's not just the clothes. Because there's a guy in the US, and I think ever since he graduated high school, he's taken a photograph of himself with the same outfit.
Oh, right, yeah.
For like the last 40 years. And I think he's a teacher now, and they showed the sequence of photographs, obviously him getting older, and it's just fascinating to watch. He looks older than he is. Right, I think I've done all the silvery bits now.
We did it with the boys. We used to take a picture of them next to the door frame every birthday.
Yep.
And then, like you say, you do a time lapse, you just see them growing up the wall, you know what I mean? And
I'm just going to get some warm water to clean my brushes. Ooh.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm just painting the inside of his helmet. That sounded so very, very wrong. Just do the brim there. This is just the base coat. Again, I shall go over any imperfections once it's dried. But it's beginning to take shape, and now that the base colours are nearly done, I can then start thinking about decorating these panels and things like that. That's why I'm not too worried about going over with the gold at the moment, because I've got to edge the hat as well with the blue, so no real biggie for me. So do that, and then we got a bit of grey to go in for the panels, so I'll do that. Yeah, I've got time to do that before the end, so... Hugh says, let's face it, Keith Richards ain't no spring chicken. Yeah, his DNA needs to be frozen, mate, because that bloke's about 111-12, isn't he? But with the lifestyle he's led, it's props to him at the end of the day. He must be doing something right.
Yeah. It's when you see people like... what's his name? William Shatner or Walter Koenig or George Takei.
Yes.
And they're all in their late 90s now, and it's like they're still vibrant and walking around.
Oh, yeah.
Doing stuff. William Shatner's doing a show at their live show at the minute with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh,
it's like
right.
He's 97 or something's crazy.
Yeah.
He's doing a live show.
Fair play to him.
Yeah.
Feel better? Feel better? Was that a trouser cough?
Oh, no, it's my chair. I was leaning back in my chair. Sorry.
Oh, right. I thought you had let one out then.
Oh, no. I'd admit it if I let one out.
I was like, God, I was impressed.
Yeah. No, I've got the squeaky chair. Hugh says, I sit here spouting on as if I'm 21 and I'm 60 come February. Always 12 teen going on 20 teen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those, Hugh, you know, we was talking about this, all right, physically, I feel older than I am, but mentally, I'm still that wayward 25-year-old fella that is got the rest of his life ahead of him type thing, you know, but... Yeah. All right, the carcass may not be able to do what it once did, but mentally, I still feel the same. I still do stupid stuff.
Yeah, I mean, mentally, I'm about 7, so.
H still smacks her forehead and goes, God, why do I get the idiot? What did I do to deserve? How old are you? And I go, 5 years and 8 months, love.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to? No, I'm never going to grow up. Told you.
There's
Tried
no
it
benefit.
once. Just once would be nice, she says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the kind of person that would have like a silly headstone, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we've got, I'm getting taken out in public next month because we've got Lexi's award ceremony for him getting his super duper gown and type thing for accounting, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he got his degree in filmmaking years ago, but he's been doing all the accounting, all of that lot.
Yeah.
He does accounts for Yamaha, the motorcycle manufacturer. Mm-hmm. And then he's passed all of that, so there's a bigger ceremony he's got to go to with his gowns and all of that gubbins,
cool.
And he's dreading it because he hates anything like that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But us as parents, we gush and we're proud. Even though he's 30 now, we're still proud because it's achievement.
He's still your little boy.
You know, it's an achievement, isn't it? And it's like, dude, you know, take the praise. Yeah, but I don't want that. Just want to go about my business and not make a fuss. And who's that sound like? Yeah. Yeah. So I got more chance of me pimping a video, mate, than you feeling comfortable. Then he went, yeah. It's hereditary, Dad, isn't it?
Yeah. But like I say, he's your little boy. You'll always be proud of him, whatever he does.
Of course I will. You know, they're both, you know, applied themselves and gone out and learnt their trades and got the skills. And I'm like, yeah, fair play to them.
They're good lads. From everything you've told me, they're good lads, and you're right.
Oh, they really are. It's, you know, I know we're all biased parents when it comes to our children, but I've always said to Fox, you know, as a dad, the best feedback I get are when people go, one, they're really good fellas and they've got respect for all the right reasons and that, but they're actually two people that I'd love to go out and have a beer with because they really are well grounded. So you've done yourself proud. Mm. Because when you see other people of that age, they're toe rags, aren't they? Yeah. So yeah, I'm proud that I would say they would be good mates as well. You'd get on with them.
Yeah, from everything you told me, I reckon I would.
You really would get on with them. But now, when I was a young fella, I was a toe rag, you know.
Yeah.
And
I'd probably break Lex though.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, Lex he's not a hugger.
No. You
know, he's autistic and, you know, he's got that social awkwardness that they have, you know, but he's a very routine orientated because of it. But he's very methodical, you know, that's why it works. If anyone's seen the film The Accountant with Ben Affleck, if you haven't, I'd recommend you go and see it, and it'll give you a good idea of what he's like. I know you're not a Ben Affleck fan, but purely and simply to get an idea of how that could be, because
how that person sees the world.
Yeah, although he's on that spectrum, he's a bit eidetic with his memory and all of that. Yeah. So when you stimulate them in the right place, it's like all or nothing, you know, and obviously with numbers and things like that, he's a bloody genius, mate, you know. And
you sure that me and him being in the room together will be a good thing for anyone around us if we both got up to something we were interested in?
Yamaha loved that because he could go through stuff and spot the minutest thing
Yeah.
And, you know, the franchise that he's at has saved an absolute bomb for him. Just through spotting silly little things that they could have done differently and accounts that they should file under different ways and things. And they love that, you know, but he's got his own office on his own in the corner, out of the way from everyone. And, you know, he interacts with people as and when he only needs to, but they like that about him, you know. They know they can go to him with something and he will get the bit under his teeth. He'll find a problem. You know, they're like, yeah, we got this. We're not under it. Yep, no worries, you'll go. Yeah, there's the problem.
Dealt with, figured out.
Yeah, and of course when it comes to their annual audits and that, you know, and I find that fascinating because he's got that niche, you know, and because
audit.
he got his degree in filmmaking. I went to uni for that and always wanted to be a director of film. And he applied and got a role in film just as the Velociraptor hit and everything locked down. So the opportunity went. The British film industry kind of took a massive hit. So the opportunity was never reopened because that company died its death, basically. And he never really got that other opportunity because obviously by the time it ended and everyone came out of that forced period of being locked down, the next two generations of university graduates had come on the market and were a lot cheaper to employ. So he lost out. So he was like, okay, what can I do? And he got a part-time job helping out in this particular dealership. And they was looking at something and they had a couple of accountants there and they was pulling over something and they was chatting about something and he was just looking at what they was presenting to the audience. I think it was their annual report where pay rises weren't going to get given because and all of this type of thing. And he looked and said, no, that's wrong. That is actually, if you was to move all of this into this category, file it again and resubmit it, you're going to free up that amount of resource where you could then give everyone a 0.8% pay rise. And the room went deathly quiet. And they look at him and they go, well, yeah, whatever. He went, no, look, the numbers are there. Look at what you've done there. And he pointed out where the error was in their formula. Infamous stay in the studios popped up. Apologies, folks. That's something we can't control. That's StreamYard being dicks. Thanks again, StreamYard. And they called him out basically to try to make him look a bit silly, I suppose. And he went up armed with his marker pen and rewrote it. I said, there you go, see, simple. So, of course, one of their techie guys put it into the system, and he was like, actually, he's right. And that was it. And then someone went, oh, you're interested in accounting? And he said, I am now.
I am now.
And then they sort of got him in to start working with them as a bit of a gopher and things like that. And he quickly signed up to go to college and learn about it. And he's kind of outgrown them now, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Like he said, I'm not interested in promotions. I'm not interested in pay grades and things. Pay me what you think I'm worth. But I kind of want to do my own thing, be my own boss, go about it. I don't do with the whole group dynamic thing.
Yeah. Just leave me in my little office.
Leave me in my office with me numbers, and I will guarantee you I'm going to save you money every season.
Nice.
And that's what he's done.
He's an absolute goldmine to them in that case.
Yeah, and they love it. You know, people have come in and been promoted, and he's still doing what he's doing. But his pay grade is bloody good.
Well, yeah. If he's that vital to the business, they'll pay him well.
Yeah, and there's one of the other franchises that is about 20 miles from where he is at the moment. I've got wind of it, and they tried to poach him recently, and he's like me. He's a very loyal fella.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would I do that? Yes, they've offered me 10K a year more, but this place gave me my chance, and I respect that. And
Plus, he's familiar with it. He knows what's going on there.
The deal they've struck now is he'll help them out with some of their audit and things like that. And it's like, eventually he'll work for himself.
Yeah, he'll just be his own business.
Yeah, he'll do his own business and all of that lot. But again, it's that social awkwardness that goes with the condition that's just holding him back, because it's different being in a controlled environment. But when you're working for yourself, you kind of have to expose yourself a lot more, don't you? Yeah,
you got to go out and glad hands and get custom. And
that's what his dilemma is, because he knows that'll be his struggle, and that's what holds him back. But he's got a good career that he's doing, and
he'll be fine.
He earns a substantial salary, and when he said, "Oh yeah, my money's going up," and I was like, "What's it gone up?" He said, "It's gone up 10K this year." I'm like, run that by me again. But
for some of us, that was annual income at one point.
Yeah, and fair play, because he's just finished all his qualies, see.
Yeah,
so straight away it's bumped him right up into that seniority level of being qualified like that, And
they'll want to keep hold of him anyway, so they'll probably acquiesce to whatever they need
to pay. I mean, there's only one other guy that's got the same qualities, and that's the director of that department. And he's like, have at it. But Lex isn't interested in all of that.
No.
They've already said, you could be on the board, you could get heavily. He's like, I just want to sit with me numbers.
I'm happy doing my numbers.
I want to sit around a big table talking meeting stuff, and I'm not interested in that. Leave me on my spreadsheets and my numbers.
Yeah. Right, I'll be back in 1 second. Let me
no worries. I'm going to have a quick catch up on the chat bit that I've been rambling and all of that. So, yes, let's have a looky-loo. That's you on about his computing stuff there. Dominic's on about his M5, which is the latest motherboard model. He can connect 3 M2 hard drives, upgrade the Ryzen 5 to 9, and add 32 gig. Can handle up to 128. Overkill. Yeah, but Dominic, it's future-proofing, mate, and that's a good thing, mate. I mean, back when I first got this rig, it was one of those that was future-proof for a good decade, and it's done that. It hasn't got M2 capability, but I can still, with the next iteration, do that. But yeah, it's done me well. I mean, I've had a good 12 years out of it, so I can't argue too much.
Yeah, that's a good run for a PC.
I was going to upgrade at my choice, but to be forced to do it, I'm just a little bit digging my heels in. PJ's like me, he's a Mac purist. Yeah, I do like Apple. I've still got an old iMac. Still works. And I often get asked why I don't upgrade my MacBook laptop, my MacBook Pro. It's because it still works.
It does what you need it to do.
Dominic's off to bed. Q says, still two of the best processors out there are the old Ivy Bridge and Sandy Bridge range, provided you're not expecting 4K gaming graphics. They worked well, Hugh, at the end of the day. That was the thing. Were they called 2 duos? Can't remember now. Was they that or were they pre-core 2 duos? Can't remember now.
I'm not sure now, because my old one, I used to have an i5 Gen 7.
Yeah.
I think that was Sandy Bridge, was it? Gen 7? I'm on Gen 14 now. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. I mean, I've got an old
Lake. I think we're on Lake.
I've got an old Pentium 2 motherboard still in a box, because as I change motherboards, I just box up the old motherboards with the processor still in them, and I keep them all boxed up for future reference. Because every now and then, I like to dig the boards out, put a bit of power through them, and just boot them up just to see old operating systems. I love doing that.
I've got a stack of hard drives just because I don't really know what to do with them, so I just put them in a pile.
Absolutely.
Going back to an old, early 90s 250 meg.
Yeah, I just bung them all in a dock. I've still got sort of docking stations that do SATA docks. I've got ones that have got IDE in them. So I keep that technology, because if I'm going through old hard drives, I can just drop them in and quickly see what's on it.
Yeah, see what's on it.
Yeah, if it's dead and I can't change the diode and it boot, then I can just kill it by drilling through the patons and stripping it down.
Yeah. I mean, that PC that I found that was fiddling with today, what I'll probably do with that is just take the hard drive out and then just send the rest to recycling.
Yeah.
I'm not going to send the hard drive out. I won't even form the hard drive. I'll just take
Jeff will like this. I tend to sit and desolder all the caps and the surface mounted stuff and put them all in little bags, label them up and add them to my electronics collection because...
Nothing wrong with that.
I do. I love sitting there just doing that because it's like, at the end of the day, if the equipment still works,
it's a goldmine resource of components and chips and processors and capacitors. So.
I just desolder them because someone somewhere will always want that old diode from a bygone age or whatever. And so that's what I do. And I've got boxes full up with all of these things. And
you should always. I used to have an old called Poly 6 many years ago, a synthesizer.
Yes.
And what I said before, one of the chips went, and I spoke to my brother who worked at Ford.
Yeah.
And he said, let's have a look what chip it is. He said, I've got a shelf full of those at work. I'll just bring one down next time I come.
I mean,
and they used them for like something else in cars.
My old iMac fell victim to the capacitor problem back in the day. Yeah. And I've got a bag of capacitors there, and I've got to change them all out, both in the motherboard and the power supply. A couple of the traces are a bit clagged, so I can redo them. But it's going to be a good little project just to bring that back to life. I think that is running OS Puma, if I remember rightly, from back in the day. But it's still perfectly usable, right? It's not the latest all singing, all dancing iMac, but it is still a perfectly usable Mac. And I probably will whack something like Snow Leopard server on there and use it as a backup.
Yeah, as if it does what you need it to do, then, can you surf the web? Yeah. Can I do my other bits?
Yeah. And Lex, his main rig upstairs is a more modern iMac, and... Yeah. They work, so I totally agree with you, PJ. Apple can update their OS seamlessly. It's no problem. Hugh says, my niece's son looks at me in the same light. Old folks will always look old, whichever way they dress. Exactly. Hugh's 60 in February. I'm 59 next July. I'll be 60 in 2027, mate.
I think I'm 55 this year, I think.
Yeah. And it's funny, I was having this chat with H the other day, because although physically we feel our age because of one thing or another, H is scoliosis, I'm MS, but mentally we still feel like these mid-20s people looking forward to the rest of our life together. And yeah. Hugh says our mobile phones have more compute power than modern-day jet aircraft. That's a fact. Yeah. You got more power in your wristwatch than what took man to the moon.
Yeah, Apollo landers had the calculating power of a calculator.
Yeah, Texas Instruments calculator, isn't it? Back in the day,
almost as much power, but not quite.
Scary, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
Right, folks. Well, that's us to coming to the end of our show tonight. Again, a massive thanks to all of you that support me. I know I blub up and all of that lot, and it's not for show. He'll tell you this because he's now going to get at least an hour of me sort of, been humble. It really does.
Humble.
It does blow me mind, and I do get a little bit emotional, I must admit, because it means so much.
So why are they giving me money?
A big thank you to all of you that have done that. You would not believe how much you helped me out, because I get by in this hobby with PIP, my disability mobility payment of PIP, because obviously H being the only worker, we can't afford for me to do this out of our household budget. So literally it's patrons, members and your generosity that enable me to sit and do this and keep my mind right. So when I get blubby, it's because I really do get emotional. So big thank you to every single one of you.
You really are throwing in a lifeline.
Whether it's $1 or $50, it all means so much to me. So a big heartfelt thanks to all of you that do that. Sorry for rambling, but Anywho, how did you get on? Tell the viewers quickly what you've been up to, mate, and how you're getting along with it.
I've finished painting all the silvery bits now, so I'm painting things like pistons on the big cannon.
You just dropped that into the middle of your screen because you was off shot. There you go.
Yeah, like the pistons on the cannon and checker plate and stuff. I've done all little bits such as the chain on the big crane arm.
Yeah.
Because that won't be that rusty because it's constantly in use, so it's going to get really
exactly.
It'll be dirty but not rusty. So that's all the silver bits done now. So I think next will be a few of the little details, and then eventually I'll get onto just the weathering.
You're a silver bit.
You're a weathering.
Sam, you're right, has started having a bit of the gold stuff around the edges of his outfit. Done the white lines, done the blue separation parts, started his rear back plate there. Let's just try and get a bit more light on it. There you go. So started that, got his cord and all of that lot to do. Started playing with his helmet there, getting all that. Painted his helmet, just getting all the different base colours in. I've then got to do the inlay panels there because they've got to be painted with the pattern.
Yep.
So they're done. And then the same there with his shoulder pad guards and all of that lot.
Nice.
Started that, and then obviously the grey panel at the top is going to have a painted pattern on the inside of that as well. The pattern is going to be that. See it in there? See these?
Wow.
Little, yeah. So we got to try and replicate that. Don't know how, but I'll have a go.
Find a very small Victorian who can paint tiny things.
And then obviously his leg shields now. I've got the silver and base, and then I can start then doing all the different shades and stuff to try and get these, because these are actually decorative panels here that I've got an effect on them as well. So I've got to do them. So that's where I am with Sam. You're right, folks.
Lovely, lovely.
So there you go. We're going to love and leave you and say our goodbyes. We'll be back midnight Monday over on E-Models for our E-Models at the Bench show, folks. And then on this channel, I'll be back with Warhammer Wednesday, and then next week, the Frolic. Are you doing anything streaming-wise yourself this week, Fox?
I shall be doing my Stalker 2 stream on Monday, Wednesday and Friday.
There you go,
Mornings
folks.
at 11 o'clock.
There you go.
I'll basically follow our evening streams. That way it works then. So
yeah, I'm just happy that I finally got him to bloody do something.
Yep, there you go.
Many months of badgering, pestering and name-calling have got into it, but finally he succumbed just to shut me up.
Just to shut him up.
Absolutely. So big thanks, folks. Love and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and well. And again,
Adios, amoebas.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.